Fancy bathing in the warm bath of nostalgia, but without the pixelated visuals or frustrating controls of yesteryear? Let's take a look at some of the best remasters and remakes of games you can play right now.
All right, let's go. You're driving.
It's official. It doesn't matter how many games we play, there are always the ones that we missed out on the first time around. Whether we were playing something else that week, washing our hair, or just didn't know it existed, there are always the ones that got away. But remasters and remakes of games are the perfect way to catch up and, dare we say it, sometimes even more fun as modern game dev smooths the frustrations of earlier iterations. So whether you want to do some vital homework or experience your favorite games all over again with a fresh lick, or well, liquor of paint, we've gathered together a list of the best remasters and remakes to play right now. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video again, and settle down for a virtual walk down memory lane.
The great journey is nigh, and nothing, not even the flood, can stop it.
Boo.
Let's kick off with our whole excuse for this feature with a Mass Effect Legendary Edition. This is one of those perfectly placed remasters that's ideal for new starters who never clambered onto the Normandy back in 2007, but also a love letter that's ready for those who have already spent hundreds of hours aboard.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
All three games in the original Mass Effect trilogy now have 4K visuals, but Shepard's remastered journey doesn't just improve textures and lighting. Entire game systems have been honed and improved with better aiming in combat situations and significantly upgraded interface. Oh, and as well as the usual quality of life upgrades, one addition that improved our life immeasurably is the new photo mode across all three games. Prepared to be absolutely insufferable on socials. But I just want to show off Shepard. Again. And again.
I never thought I'd see a Justicar swear an oath like that.
Now, we've chosen Grim Fandango for this next entry because we just can't get enough of the Department of Death's Manny Calavera. But really, all of Double Fine's LucasArts remasters are essential to play through.
I'm Calavera, Manny Calavera.
My name's Gladys. I don't get many visitors.
If you cut your gaming teeth on point-and-click adventures, the visuals have been revitalized, and in Grim Fandango's case, soundtracks replaced with live orchestral recordings to bring them into the 21st century. If you've never experienced it, Manny's journey is a rich noir-influenced adventure as he sells holiday packages to heaven. It's packed with fascinating characters and a brilliant, surprisingly meaty narrative. Plus, at least when you inevitably get stuck now, sadly there's no new hint system like the Monkey Island remasters. There's no need to dig out a games magazine or phone a friend. You can just Google the solution. Kids today will never know the hardships, okay?
Bound only by the paper-thin wrapper of mortality, a soul here lies, struggling to be free, and so it shall, thanks to a bowl of bad gazpacho and a man named Calavera.
Yes, BioShock is absolutely old enough to get a remaster. It turns out that even if our brains don't want to admit it, Ken Levine's underwater masterpiece first came out at the same time as the original Mass Effect in 2007, and we're pleased to report that the 2016 remaster looks exactly like your brain remembers it looking on release.
I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now, but you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again.
The remaster adds in support for 4K visuals to appreciate those plasmids in even higher resolution, and even gives you an expanded field of view option to feed more rapture into your eyes at once. A nice inclusion too, if you're looking for an excuse to return, is a director's commentary feature with both Ken Levine and Sean Robertson. And if you just want to go full BioShock and catch up before the new one eventually arrives, the full BioShock collection on Steam has BioShock 2 Remastered, BioShock Infinite, and all the Infinite DLC. It's time to go lighthouse hunting.
Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
Now let's go back even further through the pixelated fog of time to the birth of the survival horror genre. Resident Evil 2 was a tank-controlled classic as Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield took on the perils of Raccoon City. The wires alone would be enough to put anyone off trying to find a way to replay the original, making Resident Evil 2 Remake the perfect way to experience the horror without the true horror of trying to retrain your brain with fixed camera angles.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
The remake makes the most of Capcom's impressive RE engine, which was built for Resident Evil 7, but is ideal for terrifying yourself once more with the inhabitants of Raccoon City in ultra-high definition. Oh, and the even better news is that even if you think you know all the puzzles and scares, Resident Evil 2 has cleverly remixed everything so you'll have no idea where the next scare is coming from. Despite its clearly simple and catchy title, there might be some confusion over what NieR Replicant version 1.22, etc. actually is. Not only is it a remaster with updated graphics on the original, it's the first time this version of the game with a central brother-sister story instead of a father-daughter is releasing in the West.
Don't worry, Yona. I won't let those things anywhere near you.
In addition, characters both old and new are voiced by a talented cast to bring them to life in new ways. Talking books don't come much more compelling than this.
Finally, someone who appreciates quality when they see it.
Fans of NieR Automata will also notice combat has been tweaked to live up to the brilliance of being an android, so slaying shades feels more satisfying than ever before. Which is good because you've got a lot of those to go through.
Hey, come on! Let's play!
Sorry, I've got work to do. Maybe next time.
If you're very aware of Halo Infinite approaching this year and don't have a clue about Master Chief's previous adventures, other than knowing that Cortana was there before she ended up in Windows 10, Halo, the Master Chief Collection should be next on your list.
Let's move, Lieutenant!
It also might take you until the holiday season to complete, as it includes 6 of the original games, fully remastered by 343 Industries. That means Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST and Campaign, and Halo 4. Have you lost all meaning of the word Halo yet? While this means single-player campaigns abound, 67 missions to be exact, there are also more than 120 multiplayer maps lying in wait for you to while away the hours until Infinite.
Triple kill.
Ironic, given that's how much time you could spend here.
You know how expensive this gear is, son?
Tell that to the Covenant.
If the original 2002 peril of being forced to join the Mafia just wasn't quite convincing enough, don't worry, Mafia Definitive Edition is here to hold a gleaming gun to your head and make you reevaluate all your life decisions.
Welcome to the family.
It's a crisp new Chicago, taking everything we loved from the pixelated past and updating it with a brand new soundtrack, a rebuilt map, and graphics to make us really consider a life in organized crime. What? Just have a go at driving around the streets, tires screeching, the 1930s world alive and bustling. This is the life. Although things can get a little too real sometimes, as the updated voice cast did a compelling job. When one of the gangsters threatens us, you best believe we're keeping our head down and doing as they say.
Mr. Morello's a little bent. Shouldn't go helping Salieri's goons, huh? I'm gonna have to give you a beating. Just so you always remember who runs this town.
Okay, so it's not out yet, but we had to include a quick note about the remake of System Shock. This is being described as not only a remaster of the beloved original, but a total reboot of the series. Yeah, these horrid guys are crisp and clear now. System Shock paved the way for many great games we know and love today, such as the already featured BioShock. It's a classic sci-fi adventure that we can't wait to see dragged out of the neon past and into the neon future. So So those are some of the best remasters and remakes you can play right now. Let us know your favorites in the comments below. Drop us a like if you enjoyed the HD experiences on this list, and subscribe to Logitech G for more videos just like this one. If you do already subscribe, thank you! Remember to hit the newly polished notification bell to know exactly when our next video lands.
Okay, that should take care of the shades for a while.